I want to introduce the candidate for Congress, Dan Williams, who's running for District 11. And he is a engineering background, college professor, and he's tech savvy. So with that, Dan.
How are you doing? I want to thank Bill and all of you for being here today, so give yourselves a round of applause for starting. Like I said, my name is Dan Williams, and I am running for the Florida House, or actually U.S. House, sorry about that, for Florida's District 11. Now, I'm a college professor. I am a former Disney cast member. I'm also an award-winning author, a former superhero, more on that later, and now I'm actually the candidate that's going to be trying to unseat Daniel Webster. Like I said before, I'm actually originally from Indiana, and I came down here to work for Walt Disney World. And I worked there for 25 years and to the university doing computer and design work. I've also been a college professor for over 20 years, and I currently teach at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. And I currently teach Winter Park or Full Sail? Yeah! And I currently teach computer programming for mobile apps and websites. So I'm very technical. Oh yeah, the other thing is, I'm also a proud dog dad to this corgi. I know, she gets her own slide. Now, the one thing that you did not hear me say up here is I am not a career politician. I actually have no background in politics. What I am is a concerned citizen just like you that is currently fed up with our administration. All right, quick show of hands now. Who is happy with our current Democratic Party as it is? Okay, look around, everyone. Not one person raised their hand. And I want you to figure out why. All right? Has anybody ever asked that to themselves yet? Is it that we want better fighters up in DC? Is it we need better people that represent us, right? But the thing is we keep electing the same kind of people up there, and it's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So we need to try something different. And I'll tell you right now, I am something different. This is my favorite articles that got written about me from the Vox Populi, and so one of the Winter Garden papers. In it, she calls me the weird candidate because I like to say the word weird more than anyone. And in the article, she actually compares me to Tim Walz, and I take that as a really great compliment. I think the word weird is the best word in this situation right now because what's happening up in DC is crazy to me. As a citizen, just kind of watching it unfold, I really couldn't think of any other word to say that it's weird. Because what's going on is we're trampling all over the Constitution. We're arresting people for their skin color or for the language that they speak. And all of that is just really makes me angry, to be quite honest. And I hope it makes you guys angry too. Does it? All right. So that is why I am embracing the weird thing, because I want to try something brand new with us. But for it, I need another show of hands. How many people believe that education is important to our future? Right. I agree with that too. As a college professor, I could not champion education more. I have many plans that kind of try to fix it for us, including lowering the percentage rates for the loans that we have to take out. I want to change how education works in general as well. All right? One more thing, how many people believe that technology is important to the future of our country? All right, seeing people in almost every single hand, right? The weird thing about it, and weird again, right, is that in the House currently, there are only a few amount of tech people. So this is what I would like to try to kind of point out, that we have to start electing people for the policies and things that are happening now, not what happened 20 years ago. So if you look at our pie chart, the biggest thing up here with 165 people that are currently in the House is they have a political science degree. What does that mean to you? That means career politicians, right? You don't really need those anymore, I don't think. I think their time might be a little bit over. The next chunk down there is business and accounting. That makes a little bit of sense. Next biggest chunk, law and history. Still pretty good. If you kind of skip all the way down, we can see education. There are 25 people that have a background in education. Okay. Not too bad, right? Keep going all the way down that list. You're gonna find engineering, there's currently 9 people. Of those engineering, they're not the technical kind, they're mostly civil engineers. All right? Keep going down that list. We come down to computer science. There are currently 5 people that in the whole entire house that actually understand anything with computers. All right? It's concerning to me too, because I feel like technology is the future of America. And we all raise our hand to that, right? So why are you electing people that can't do it? And the people that are up there, by the way, are mostly from the military, computer science, or from private sector business. So ask yourselves, what is their priority going to be up there, right? I'll tell you mine. Mine is education and serving the people. That is it. That is my whole entire plan. All right, so I want you to think about what is the most important topic to you right now. And if this were smaller, I would kind of call on people, but it's kind of a giant room. But I can probably guess, right? It's probably affordability. Can I see a show of hands about affordability? All right. How about education and the attack on education? Pretty good, right? How about environment? Perfect, I'm glad. All right, so all of those things are super duper important. But the thing that is kind of the crazy thing currently in our government right now is I feel like we have to start getting rid of corruption. And because I feel like all those other issues is trying to redesign a bathroom in your house while the house is burning around you. Right? All those are really important, and I would love a new bathroom, but first things we have to do is fix everything. Because right now, Trump actually sent out a tweet, which is how we get all of our news right now, which, don't even get me started on that. But he said he will not sign any bill until they pass the SAVE Act. That is the correct answer. They do start the news. Yeah, so the problem is even if we came up with the best bill ever, we would have an uphill battle trying to pass it. We need a veto-proof majority, which is very difficult right now up there. All right? So we have to kind of figure out, how does one person, like me or Ronnie, represent 800,000 people? It's a really big question, right? And the problem, or really the answer is, it's not easy and it probably is not well, right? Because currently, we have people of every single race, religion, background, economic status. And for one person to be able to do that, I think it is unreasonable. Let me tell you my idea though. So what I kind of want to show is I think we need direct representation. That's what I want to change. Because the tagline for my whole campaign is the future of Congress starts now. Because I want to change how Congress works on a fundamental level. All right? Big, but I'll explain it. First thing is going to be direct representation, where each person gets their own vote in the whole system. And I'll come back to that in just a minute. The other thing that I think is going to be really important is instant accountability. The worst thing is when you elect somebody, where do you see them next? 2 years when they want your vote again? I hate that. It drives me nuts because I think people have to be held accountable and it has to be now, right? Some people won't even hold town halls, right? And Webster is one of those people. So before I actually even launched my campaign, what I did is I did protests, because I'm a big believer in protests in general. I spoke at the last 4 different Joe King rallies, I was in the test and takedown ones, and everything like that. But that actually led me to the Lake County Indivisibles, where I helped them host their town hall, where we tried to invite Daniel Webster to come and answer questions from his people. Quick show of hands, how many people think he showed up? You're all correct, he did not show up. He in fact sent us a really nasty email back saying that he wouldn't waste his taxpayer time and dollars on this leftist stuff. I was like, oh, great. And like, those are your people, no matter what side you are, right? And after that, I was like, he has to go, period, right? And so I started looking around about how to get him to go. And that is when I threw my hat in the ring, because I knew that we needed a concerned citizen, that my whole entire plan is to make sure that you guys feel represented. The other big thing that I think we need as a representative is cooperation, right? Cooperation, we need to be working with everyone. All the local leaders of the clubs, all the local, state, and federal leaders, we need to work together. Right now, we're mostly doing silo stuff. where everybody's doing their own campaign and everybody's doing something different. I don't understand why, right? Probably it's my background because I don't have a background in politics. I don't know. I think we should all be friends and I think we should work together, right? Yeah. The fun thing is you guys had Royal Webster here a couple months ago, right? I'm actually running against him. But we do events together. We actually team up on different stuff because we want to get our message out there. And our plan is to flip the seat blue no matter who is sitting in that seat. All right. So the next thing about cooperation is candidate petitions. How many people know what those are? Oh, people. Well, let me tell you. And also, for those people that are a little bit technical and you know how to use a QR code, if you'd like, you can scan this one and we'll actually take you to the online form that you can fill out. And you can actually print those right in the tea room. So if you want to, you can do it online, print them, and they'll be waiting for you in the tea room, and you can just sign them, which means you don't have to fill out your address or anything like that. Well, let's talk a little bit about it. So candidate petition forms is when you're running for a seat. You have to get a certain number, and our number for this one is 2,600. If you don't get 2,600 and you miss it by 1, you have to pay the state $10,000 to get your name on the ballot. Right. I'd rather not pay $10,000 to the state. So if you guys could, we really appreciate you taking the time for it. Now, let's talk about this. One thing that I want to make sure we do is cooperation. And I'm trying to not only help myself, but I'm trying to help all other candidates. So I have a technical background with making mobile apps and websites. So I made this a website, and I called it Fast Fill. What this does is it allows people to fill out one thing with just their first, last name, and birthday. You click the Find My Voter Information. It goes and finds your exact information, so it's always correct, and it automatically will fill out the forms for you. Now, the second part of this. So especially because we walked in the tea room, right? Those tables had 12 different petitions, and how long does it take you to fill them out? Not a long time, right? And the first time I ever noticed this is when I was at booth at the Martin Luther King Jr. rally in Claremont. And I was sitting next to the Democratic booth, and I watched people stand there for 20 and 30 minutes trying to fill these out. I was like, there clearly has to be a better way. But this is my first attempt at trying to make the government more tech savvy, right? So this is my kind of thing for it. The other kind of great thing is you can actually select multiple candidates. So you're gonna find on there that if you'd like to support Ronnie and myself, make sure we're both checked. When you print it out, both forms will print out already filled. All you have to do is meet us in the tea room, sign it, and date it, and you guys are done. 2 forms in seconds, right? And that's just the first one. All right, my big thing is policies over parties, right? Because I believe that policies unite people where parties tend to divide us. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are fighting over specific issues, and a lot of times it comes down to mis or disinformation. So I feel like we need a better way to get more good information out to people. All right. One of the projects that I'm working on right now is the Lake County Connector. There's a couple of people doing it. It's going to be a new news website for political stuff and Earth Care, and we're currently working on it. And I'm actually building your whole website for them. So you have to look out for that. Now, the other thing that's going to be important is my main platform for my campaign. Right? I told you I want to do direct representation, and this is it. It is called direct democracy. How many people have heard of it? Ronnie. Right. So the plan is very simple. It is you vote and I listen. End of sentence. Right? So my whole plan of this is every single time we have a major law coming up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an educational video for everyone, explaining exactly what happens if you vote yes on the bill, exactly what happens if you vote no on the bill, and then at the end, I will give my opinion about how I think we should vote. And my opinion will be clearly labeled as opinion. The yes and no will be only factual based, and I'm going to ignore our all-party politics, because I feel like the truth about the bills is usually somewhere in the middle. Right now, they're all written in legalese, which nobody can understand. And do you think that's on purpose? Yeah. My big thing is I hate riders. You guys know what riders are? Yeah. Riders are little pieces of law that it's tacked on to a must-pass. So when we're voting about environment, suddenly we now have raised gas prices or something like that. It just makes no sense. And so I like to point those out because I feel like we should have one vote. I need one topic per one law. Es caso. So how does direct democracy work? Well, I started with the idea first, and my whole campaign is built on a thing called Ask America. As a college professor and a tech person, I started building it. So I started building the database for it, front end, which is the website, and all that kind of stuff. However, when I was halfway through it, I'm at a group that's also based right here in Central Florida, and they are called the Digital Democracy Project. How do you know that? Okay, we have to change that. Basically what they do is they are allowing you guys to vote right now on bills. And what happens is that it has a scorecard where you can actually see how your current representatives stack up against your wishes. So you can have thumbs up and thumbs down on every single bill, or in general as well, right? And they're actually going to be powering my whole platform of Ask America. So they are fantastic. The other big thing is that they are also powered by Votes, with a V and a weird Z, because it's a tech company, right? So Votes is a company where it is secure voting. And just to make sure that you guys are comfortable with it, the military right now uses it for military members to vote overseas. So we know it is secure as well, and everybody gets one vote. Also, if you're not a tech person, we're gonna have a phone line that you can call in, because we definitely want to hear from absolutely everyone, right? So that is the main idea for direct democracy. Now, if you go into the direct democracy website, you're gonna see something like this, which is an interactive map. So you can actually currently see how other concerned citizens are voting. You can see how America is voting. You can see how Florida is voting. You can zoom all the way into District 11 or District 6 as well, right? So you can actually see how many people around you are voting and in what direction. So whatever the majority thing in here is going to be my direct vote in DC. No matter if I believe in it or not, because I feel like every single person's opinion should count as much as mine. And I feel like that is what direct representation should be. I don't think that one person's opinion should speak for 800,000 of us.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so that's gonna be for when we already have the bill and have to explain that bill. But what about our concerns right here in District 11, right? So what I have on my website right now is a thing called a legislative workshop. What it is, it's a way for you to give me ideas for laws right now and to voice your opinion on our current laws. So currently up there, we have one, which is a huge swing, and I know it, so bear with me. I want to end corrupt pardons, right? Just for that. Right now, Donald Trump has pardoned enough people where he has cost America $2 billion with a B. Because when you pardon someone, you wipe out any of the financial debt that they owed right? And right now, there is zero check on this across the way. There's no way to stop you from doing it, even if it's super illegal. Like one person's mother went to a fundraiser for him, donated $1 million, and within 1 week, that person had a pardon. On a pardon for $1 million, right? What I want to do is I would like to make a constitutional amendment change, which is huge, but I think it's important enough to try to do. Because if something is hard, that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. And right now, I feel like no one is trying. All right? The other thing I want to talk about is digital information privacy and protections. America right now is losing in this battle. All right? What digital information is how many people have ever said something near their phone and then got an ad for it the next day? Your phone is actively listening to you and trying to serve you up content. Every single social media site. Why think they're free? If it's free, you are actually paying it with your data and your time and attention, all right? We are very far behind, especially in Europe, in creating laws for a Digital Information Privacy Act. And so I want to make sure that we have tech people in there in order to help legislate this kind of stuff, right? Other big things for tech are AI. AI is going to be the future. No matter if we like it or not, it is changing how everything works. And if we have no one up there that understands it, what's going to happen? Right. We get something like where they passed the law that states can't regulate it for 10 years. Anything with AI, that's a decade. 1 week in AI, everything changes. And we have no way to stop it right now. And so we need more tech people in order to fix it. Cryptocurrency, right? Yeah, cryptocurrency is huge. And they're doing all of these laws out there that 0 people understand. We were trying to disapprove America to try to have a stable coin. Now a stable coin is basically like a new form of currency. You can kind of think of it like an American dollar, except it's digital, all right? China already has one. There are 3 American ones. 2 of them are controlled by private companies. The third is World Liberty. You guys know what that is? Well, who owns that? Trump, all right? He's trying to stop us from creating a stablecoin so that he can enrich himself and his family. And we need to be able to stop that. We need people that actually understand it in order to help them stop it, all right? Other things on my website is you can actually see the problem that we're trying to solve in plain English, the solution in plain English, and there's a spot to vote. Now, you just read it, and you can actually answer yes, no, or pass, like you don't mind. And what happens is it helps us shape how detailed that bill is, and what that bill should actually do. If you guys have an idea for a bill, please come and talk to me. I'd be more than happy to make one up, put it on my site. We can actually get people started to vote on it as well. Because I want to hear from everyone. Because I want everyone involved in it, right? Because right now, a lot of people, when you say politics, they're like, ugh, and just walk away, right? My own sister is one of those. When I told her I was running for Congress, she goes, ugh, why? And I'm like, can I say that in my speech? And she's like, go on. Because I think it is everyone's feeling right now. And I think one of the reasons why is that we don't feel heard. And we don't feel like our voice counts or our opinion matters. And personally, just sitting on the sidelines as a college professor, I think we need to change that, all right? So, direct representation. That's my direct democracy plan. Everybody's gonna get every major vote on every major bill. My vote will always go with the majority, no matter what. Next. Instant accountability. I have to be held accountable for every single vote I do, right? Because I'm pledging right now, and I've pledged since I very much started this whole campaign, that I will always vote the majority. So I will never go rogue on my own. Other important things, cooperation, right? Cooperation, I'm building tools, not for myself, but for our whole entire Democratic Party. One of the other cool things is I just met with the Florida Democracy Data Council, and I showed them what I built, and they are super excited to incorporate it into their own systems. So this is going to be out there in a lot of different ways. So once again, my name is Dan Williams, and I hope very much to unseat Dana Webster and be your candidate.
Never heard after service go see it go. After a bit. It's the photo on the side by with Stanley, the guy that made for Marvel. So if you ever see my pictures online, I'll be in a spandex at a gate, and I'm kind of proud of it. So I have to get different kind of hero going forward, one that doesn't happen during my game. Thanks everybody, have a good one. Be heroes.